For years, my grandfather's farmhouse stood empty, a skeletal silhouette against the rural skyline. No one ever went there. After he vanished without a trace decades ago, the family just locked the gate and walked away. They said the place held too many sad memories. But I always felt it was more than just sadness. It was fear. Last month, I finally got the keys. My goal was simple: get the property ready to sell. I thought I'd be dealing with dust and decay, maybe a few rats. I had no idea I was about to walk into a story that had been waiting, silently, to be told. The air inside was thick, heavy with the smell of old wood and something else. Something faintly metallic and unsettling. The silence was the first thing that got to me. It wasn't just quiet. It was a pressurized silence, like the moment before a storm breaks. As I moved from room to room, dust motes dancing in the beams of my flashlight, I found things weren't just left behind. They were abandoned mid-action. A half-eaten meal on the kitchen table, petrified and covered in a thick layer of grime. A book left open on the bedside table, its pages warped by time and damp. It felt like everyone had just evaporated. My grandfather wasn't a man given to flights of fancy. He was a farmer, practical and grounded. That's why finding his journal was so jarring. It was tucked away under a loose floorboard in his study. The first few entries were what you'd expect: notes on crops, weather predictions, fixing the tractor. But then the tone started to shift. He wrote about strange noises at night, a scratching sound coming from inside the walls. A sound he said was not animal. He mentioned seeing figures at the edge of the woods, tall and thin, just watching the house. At first, he dismissed it as exhaustion, his mind playing tricks on him, but the entries grew more frantic. He wrote about the livestock becoming agitated, refusing to go into the barn after dark. He described a constant feeling of being watched, even inside the locked house. One entry gave me chills. He wrote, "They don't want the crops. They don't want the land. They want in." He started barricading the doors and windows at night. He mentioned a growing dread, a feeling that something ancient and malevolent was waking up on his property. He described a recurring dream of a door in the middle of his cornfield. A door that wasn't there when he was awake, but in his dreams it was always slightly ajar. The last entry was dated October 31st, 1978. It wasn't written in his usual neat cursive. It was a panicked scrawl, barely legible. It just said, "The door opened. It's not a dream. They're not from the woods. They're from the ground." And that was it. The rest of the journal was empty. That was the night he disappeared. The police report said he just walked away, but the back door was found wide open, swinging in the wind, with deep, unnatural scratches gouged into the wood from the outside. I'm still here, at the farmhouse. I haven't sold it. I can't, because sometimes late at night I hear it too. That scratching sound. It's faint, but it's there. And when I look out at the fields, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. My grandfather didn't just leave. He was taken. And I think the thing that took him is still here, waiting. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe for more unsettling truths. Stay safe out there.